Hello there, everybody. It's your Star Wars Dad, Nooch, and we're here to talk about today how to mod Padme and her Galactic Republic teammates. Now, a lot of things are going on in the game, and the new Qui-Gon Grand Arena Omicron may change some of this for moving some of these Jedi around to his team. You also got like people with Jedi Master Kenobi that are moving Ahsoka over to that team, and so there's a lot of things changing in the game that might mix up how Padme is used, but there are still a lot of players like you and me. I don't have Jedi Master Kenobi. I'm debating. I'm waiting on the Omicron. I want to hear what this Hera Omicron is because I've got my Relic Phoenix. If I can get a Grand Arena effective Hera Omicron that works, I don't know. I'm debating. Anyway, before we get into that, Padme is really who you see in Grand Arena. You use her on defense, you use her on offense. That's really the most effective place for her. And then you end up using her in Conquest and other places, of course, as well. So how do you mod this team? Who is on the team? Why are they on the team? We're going to go through about eight characters, I think, here, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, that are currently on the Padme team in one form or another, and you run into them. And I'm going to talk about how and why and when you mod them. And we're going to start with Padme. She's the engine that runs the whole thing. And if we start off here at the beginning, we look at her leader ability. Light side allies have plus 50% max health, and let's stop there. You just want a lot of health mods on all your characters, and you can see here, and we'll talk about more abilities, by the way. So I've got her with a health arrow, a health triangle, a health cross, and a health circle. And guys, this is really the way to go. You want as much health on her as possible. I don't have you don't get those secondary health percentages when you get those primary, but there's more health here on her square. I got protection and tenacity, so you just are going to want as much health as possible on her and her teammates. Some side things to do. There's kind of been a debate for a long time about, do you want Padme going fast or do you want her going slow? Do you want her sitting there taking a beating? Because as a leader, and it's not this one, it is this one, always a choice. Whenever an enemy attacks out of turn against a Galactic Republic ally, that ally gains protection up for one turn, increased to 40% of Padme's release. So you're gonna get a lot of they're just attacking on a turn on so many teams. It's difficult to put a team out there that doesn't attack on a turn at all. And maybe you just want her to wait a little bit before she takes her first turn. It's kind of a debate that's been raging forever. So you can go really well with a speed set for your 4 speed mods, and then health on the other 2, and then just focus on health. You'll have obviously the speed set, you give a speed arrow, but everything else, your triangle, your cross, and your circle should have health on them otherwise. And then if you look at just kind of a secondary stat that you may want to have on Padme, maybe you look at potency for her because of this. When she deals physical damage to a target enemy and stuns them for one turn, it can't be copied or dispelled. So if you can land this stun, it can't be dispelled or copied. It can't be dispelled, I guess would be the way to put it. So that's why you might want to have some potency on her for extras there in general. I've got some potency here on her triangle. I think I've got some on I've got the diamond crust. I got an extra like 10% potency on her. I've seen her with as much as 20 or 30% extra potency. People get all these mods in there. You look at this cunning plan, her thing. Everybody recovers 50% health, and for each ally and each Galactic Republic ally and debuff dispel from themselves, they gain protection up. And of course, when you get protection up, when you dispel it on your turn, you gain 5% damage. Excuse me. For each 5 stacks of courage that you gain, I'm saying this completely wrong. Star Wars Dad having problems. At the start of their turn, Galactic Republic allies dispel protection up buffs on themselves and gain 1 stack of courage for each 5% protection up dispelled this way. So you want as much protection up as possible. When damaging a target enemy, for each 5 stacks of courage, dispel 5 stacks and deal bonus damage equal to 40%. You guys have seen it. You just erase people. You just erase people when you have stacks of courage. So anyway, you're looking at health, and that's going to be a constant recurring theme throughout this video and throughout the time here. Now R2, I see him on a lot of Padme teams, and a big reason for that is at the start of battle, R2 gains 10% max protection for each droid ally, gains 10% offense for each Galactic Republic ally, and at the start of battle or arena revives, he gives every other Galactic Republic 10% of his protection, offense, health, and potency until he's defeated. So, how does that play into things? Well, again, you can stack him up on health and get that out there. I've also seen R2 with offense mods where he just gives a whole lot of extra offense to the rest of the team. You know, you give 10% of his offense, and then since he's giving 10% offense to each Galactic Republic ally, that offense fits really well into this Galactic Republic team. So you can mod him for offense as well. I have modded R2 for speed and health. I'm putting him at the health, you know, to match up with this team. Obviously, I don't have this second. Tell you what, well, I wanted the speed on there. I got 22 speed, and I don't think I'm going to find that anywhere else here. Let's take a look while we're making the video. If we sort this by speed on our cross, and we pull it up, we look for a health cross. Well, there's one here. Although I've pretty much got one of my fast. Well, it's not a health mod, but yeah, I don't really want to trade out that speed that I've got on him right now. So we're gonna leave it there for right now. Even though am I lying? Am I lying right now? I think I'm thinking any. Well, you can see the debate. I'm having an internal debate right here, live on the video. I should probably put a health cross there. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do. We're gonna leave Barris on there because we're gonna talk about her in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and assign Stark's health arrow here, and I can't upgrade. No, revert. I actually lost health there, so we're gonna revert. Yes, okay. So let's go back. So I need to look at that in the future. Getting a health mod there would give him even more health to stack him up. I've got him going as fast as possible so that he gets off his smoke screen as fast as possible, or the flames. I want him going quickly. Another thing you can do with R2 down here on this cross, maybe you get a potency cross. That potency cross will help him to not only land more flames, although this attack can't be evaded. It can't be evaded, but it can be resisted. So maybe more potency would land more flames, and then you're stunned with your basic. That would also help because you have a lot of assists with the Galactic Republic team too, right? So there you go. So I've got him for speed. You can also mod him for all health, and I've also seen when you're going to put him on a Galactic Republic team, mod him for offense. 4 offense mods, offense triangle, offense cross as well. I have Commander Ahsoka Tano here. This is only for me and you that don't have Jedi Master Kenobi. If you have Jedi Master Kenobi, that's where she goes. Put her on the team. You don't have Jedi Master Kenobi, I think she fits really well here. She also fits really well on a Rey team. But let's talk about if I put her on the Galactic Republic team. I've got her modded for speed, and I've got these defense. I don't know. See, this is so weird. I got this defense with offense. I've kind of just got as much speed on her as possible. I got this extra health here too, etc. I'm just trying to get her as fast as possible. I really could make some improvements to her mod set. Probably these should both be health mods with a leaning toward offense. But let's take a look at what she does for the team. And this is why I talk about her being on this Galactic Republic team or going with Rey really well. She has 50% offense and critical damage. And if another light side unaligned force user, Galactic Republic, or Scoundrel ally is present, she also has 50% health and defense and shares all of these bonuses with. So she has 50% offense and critical damage and health and defense, and she shares all of these bonuses with all of her light side allies. So you're getting an extra 10% with R2 and extra 20% offense, getting another 50% of all these things with Commander Ahsoka Tano. And that's why she fits really well in this team. She's just boosting up all that stuff and making this team even harder to beat and even doing much more damage. Now, that's the same reason she fits really well on the Rey team, and that's where I like to stick her on defense. But sometimes I slide her in. You know, you gotta mix stuff up. Sometimes I'll slide her into this Padme team. It just depends, but I really like her. I could probably improve in these mods, although if she's giving extra defense, might as well prop up some defense too. It's yeah, there's question marks. Go ahead, ask me all the questions. That's fine. General Kenobi. I've got him just straight health mods, guys. I've got a health triangle with an 18 speed on there. I got a health I have health arrow, health triangle, health cross, or defense. Oh, I lied. I have a defense cross and a health circle. So, health and defense. I mean, it's. I've also seen it modded for protection though too. So, I'm not exactly sure that. I guess when he takes, if he's on this team, when he takes the assists. But if you put him on a Jedi Master Kenobi team, again, that's where this stuff is mixing up. If you have Jedi Master Kenobi, he ends up over there, and then Padme's in kind of a weird spot. Maybe Padme even ends up on your Rey team with Cat at that point, but you have Cat on Jedi Master Kenobi, so that makes no sense. You know, this is good. These mods are going to apply, and that's why I'm covering 8 characters here, because a lot of different characters will go with Padme. We'll see how that works with Qui-Gon again. This is a challenging little team to put together, and a team that maybe at the highest levels of the game is fading a little bit. But for those that are, you know, 4 and 5 million GP and under and don't have Jedi Master Kenobi and maybe don't have Qui-Gon, this is still going to be an effective team, and you can mod it. I know these are all relic, but even if you're down in the lower levels, you're like 1, 2, 3 million GP, you could put this team on defense in Grand Arena or offense, and it performs really well. You know, I don't think he's got anything extra in here for health or protection necessarily. It's just that, you know, you want to give him as much survivability as possible, and if Padme's going to give him an extra 50% health, you might as well stack on the health and stack on the defense and really get him loaded up with that health and defense. So there you go on that. Jedi Knight Anakin is your offense. This guy is your bruiser on your Padme team. And so I've got him with crit damage mods. I've got him with a crit chance set here and crit damage triangle. I'm just going straight crit damage. I've seen him also modded for offense. Note that my triangle, or my arrow, I keep calling this a triangle. My arrow is also offense, but it's got 18 speed. I feel like when you get up in that 15 or more speed, you're not sacrificing all that much speed to get that extra offense. Plus, hang on, I'll get there in a second. I mean, if you know Anakin, they're offense. I got offense for a possible crit damage, all that on there. We all know that with Anakin's Righteous Fury, whenever another ally falls below 50% health or they're defeated, he takes a bonus turn, and his next attack deals 100% more damage if all allies are Galactic Republic at the start of the battle. If Padme's an ally, she takes a bonus turn here too. So he's doing just massive amounts of damage, and if he's got stacks of courage, he's just blowing everybody away. So you want as much offense and crit damage on this guy as possible. The speed is less important because he's taking these bonus turns as your team becomes wounded. And so if he can survive, if, you know, Kenobi can taunt long enough for him to survive, imagine this with an extra 50, 70% offense from R2 and Cat on there. Holy cow, he's just doing a truckload of damage. A side note, one thing you might want to look at with Anakin if you're thinking about it is some extra potency, because here, 80% chance to inflict healing immunity and buff immunity. You want to try to land that whenever possible, and you can see I've got some extra potency here. There's potency. I know I've got more. Let's see where there's potency. I should have looked at this ahead of time. There's some potency, and so I got potency on 3 of his other mods. The potency is really that landing that buff block. The healing immunity and buff immunity is so huge for him. So take a look at that potency. I think also here he reduces Turbier, right? Grants protection up. Well, there you go. That adds to everything there. I was wrong on there. He doesn't reduce Turbier. Ignore that. Go back in time, and I didn't say that. Okay, Ahsoka. So again, we're at a point where Ahsoka's ending up in a lot of teams with Jedi Master Kenobi. But still in Grand Arena, you mix stuff up and you put things in different places. She still fits really well on this team, or she fits really well with General Kenobi and Anakin because of this. If Jedi Knight Anakin is an ally, she gains critical hit immunity for 2 turns at the start of each encounter, and whenever she uses a special ability. So she's going to be gaining critical hit immunity all the time. She's going to assist every time. What I was looking at was this. Deal physical damage if Anakin or Kenobi is an ally. Deal damage again if they're both allies. Deal damage a 3rd time. If the allied leader is Galactic Republic, it deals 50% more damage, and everybody recovers health, and they all gain protection up. So she's just really, really good on this Padme team, guys. And you want her with as much offense as flipping possible. So here we go. I got an offense set on her. I have an extra offense mod. I'm going to have to go back and redo that as well. 16 health. I added health up here. This could easily be offense. I just don't think I feel like I have a lot of that available on my arrows. Let's see what I got for that. Yeah, I've got it with, Droideka, but there's only 4 speed. I've got it on Kira, but I don't really care about Kira. She's just there to help Nesta. Anyway, I've got it on Maul, but it's only got 11 speed, so and I kind of need it on Maul. So that's a trade-off there. I put the health in there because if she's on Padme's team, just gaining some extra health and more benefits there. Crit damage, of course, and there's some offense you see. You just want her with as much offense and crit damage as possible. Offense, more offense. You can see I got offense here. I didn't make any offense there, but I had some health, extra health there, and protection. Anyway, crit chance. So as much as you can get her to crit, And every time she crits, what did I say? Well, there was something about her critting, and I'm losing my stuff here. Actually, she gains critical hit immunity, doesn't she? Well, you do want her to crit as much on a critical hit. There we go. Sorry, I knew there was something on her basic, and she's assisting a lot. Remember that if the allied leader is Galactic Republic, she's called to assist whenever another Galactic Republic ally uses a special ability. So if you look at this, and she's called to assist with her basic, deal physical damage and dispel all buffs on them. On a critical hit, dispel all buffs on Ahsoka and another random all debuff. So if she can crit with that basic, not only is she dispelling the buffs on the other character, she's dispelling her own debuffs and somebody else's debuffs. So if you can get her some crit chance in there, that's kind of a little bonus to have on Ahsoka as well, which I need to, anyway, I'll look at it later. It's funny the things I discover when I'm sharing with you guys how to mod these characters. Barris Offee. Health, 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 and then some more health. Now, I've only got a Gear 12 Barris, so I put her in here mainly for this. Whenever an ally is critically hit, that ally recovers 20% health, and Barris gains 10% turn meter. Back in the day, like 4 years ago the meta team was a General Kenobi lead, Barris Offee, Nihilus, like Fives, and somebody else. And at the time, this recovering 20% health was so brutal. You couldn't get through that team. You just had to try to get through. So, but that still is beneficial with all the health this team gets. If you have Padme giving everybody 50% more health, you have Kat, when I put her on, they're giving everybody 50% more health. R2's giving it 10% more health. All the health that's out there, and they recover 20% of it on a critical hit, they're going to take a lot of hits that aren't going to do any damage to them at all. So that's why she fits really well on this team. I will say this, guys. I only have her Gear 12. If you relic her, you're going to add like 100,000. If you relic her and get her to relic 7, you'll add 100,000 health to this. And if you get the mods on her quickly, you know, with the max health and everything else, I should probably go ahead and upgrade these on her. That would give me an extra 21% health. That would be well worth it. But if you've got a relic, I'm holding off on relics for now. I'm kind of waiting for this next Grand Arena to come about, because if I don't get a Hera Omicron that works, I'm probably going to go ahead and relic Qui-Gon and get a Jedi team on the field with him. Okay, there we go. There is Barris Offee. You see her on a lot of these teams. And my final character, you're starting to see her show up more on these Padme teams, because the Jedi Master Kenobi team is pulling away so many characters, you know, pulling away GK and Ahsoka from those teams. So Aayla Secura, since you had to gear her up to get Jedi Master Kenobi, so this will apply to some of you that now have Jedi Master Kenobi, although now, again, with the Qui-Gon Omicron, you might be throwing her on a Qui-Gon team. We'll see. But Aayla Secura, and I don't have her modded up. She's Gear 8. You know, this is from back in the day. I have a lot of, if you're an old-time player like me, and you haven't spent a bunch of money to get everything relicked, you have a lot of bloat on your roster. It's not as important anymore. It used to be a big deal with Grand Arena. They've gotten rid of that. It'll matter for your first placement and then nothing else. But Aayla Secura is your offensive blaster. You want her with as much offense and crit damage as possible. Her basic, deal physical damage with a 35% chance to call an ally to assist. If they're a Jedi, they deal 50% more damage. Survival, deal physical damage and recover health equal to 65% of the damage dealt. So it would give you, like, maybe your secondary stuff, you're looking at health, right, for her. And then she was the first character with riposte. Although I think maybe, I don't remember if Dooku had riposte at the beginning or anyway. Is it riposte? Riposte? Tomato? Cheetah? Tacos? Taco Dana? Alright, Aayla has 10% critical chance, 65% counter chance, and 50% counter damage. So when she does counter, she does even more damage, and she stuns her target when she critically hits. So she's just a damage dealer. So you want to have a lot of offense, critical damage mods on her. That's how to go with Aayla Secura. And that's going to wrap up how to mod your Padme team. Realizing that sometimes other Galactic Republic characters find their way into our team, and that may be even more true in the future. But so you might see, well, I mean, we've seen her with some Bad Batch. You put her out Padme with all the Bad Batch in her team, and those guys are mostly modded for speed, although Wrecker's going to be health and protection. You do see some Yodas on those Padme teams. I'm sure you might start seeing like Clone Sergeant. You've seen him on a few teams. People that have like Lumi and I'm a Gundam. You know, these guys were like, you know, I just throw her out there too. It's the game is mixing up a lot with now these Omicrons throwing into Grand Arena, so it's gonna matter a lot. But for those of you still using Padme in Grand Arena and other game modes, that's how you do all the mods for Padme. Hopefully this helps you all, and hopefully you can all remember, Nooch Too Good.